Jesse Martin wrote this amazing film called The Letter Carrier, and it's basically based on stories and cultural components of his upbringing, and it's kind of this like spooky children's story, and he's made it into somewhat of a very realistic sort of fable, to use dichotomous words. And we're putting it together. Rick Cosnett will be directing with Jesse. Jesse wrote it. I'll be working on music for it, and we start filming on the 18th. It's gonna be amazing.
Well, in the Flash world, we know Doug Jones is going to be coming up as kind of a crossover between Arrow and the Flash. So maybe you could talk about his character and what he's going to do on the Flash.
He plays. God, I can only remember his metahuman name. So like, I'm just kind of like on that. He's amazing though. I'm not sure I can divulge what his powers are. Something to do with his eyes. He'll give away that much. And he's been amazing to work with. I mean, like, I actually had a bit of a starstruck moment when he came on set. Yeah, because he's created like some of the most legendary characters. And I'm like, yo, I'm talking to Doug Jones right now. And so I kind of had to take a moment to be like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be a little fanboy for a second right now. I love your work. And he was like, oh, he was so gracious and so kind. It's so great to work with him. He's super patient and so nice to work with. So, was he
hard to like keep straight face with? He's such a rubber man. You can make so many expressions.
Oh yeah, it's actually inspiring. I find that when if we're in the same room or we're doing the same scene together or something like that, I'm inspired by what he brings to his characters. It's very creative. He's very creative. So, yeah.
What kind of a dynamic does Cisco have with Ray Palmer when he comes to town?
I think it's pretty much the dynamic you would expect from these two geeks. Because Ray is a total tech geek. He loves his tech, and he loves coming up with inventive ways of employing engineering. And I think Cisco's very much the same. And so Cisco, to a certain degree, looks up to Ray and the work that he does with Palmer Tech. And so when Ray comes to Central City, they definitely hit it off right away. And on top of that, it kind of maybe becomes a little bit of a bromance. You know what I mean? I mean, it won't top the bromance with Barry, because Barry's like his best friend, and they're like BFFs, best friends forever. So that's obviously what that is.
Which of like the female characters on the show has he kind of geeked out the most about? I mean, it seems like
Cisco?
he likes the ladies too.
Oh, Cisco loves the ladies. I think the Black Canary moment, I think fans are really going to enjoy that. I think, as is expected, Cisco goes crazy when he learns the identity of these people and the fact that he gets to work with them and like be in cahoots with them. So I think Black Canary is definitely one that he's been most excited about so far.
Does he have any good lines for her?
Some like pickup lines?
Well, any line that works.
I think that's Cisco's approach generally. Any line that works. I mean, so it didn't go so well with Lisa Snart, but maybe a Black Canary would be better.
Oh, he dodged a bullet there. That was a dangerous one.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of before Barry came back and changed time, I was almost off the show when Cisco got killed. I was like, that's it.
I get that a lot from fans. They're like, I almost stopped watching the show.
Seriously,
like I don't want the onus to be on me.
Oh no, but come on, it was so violent and horrible, and you were so good. It was so heartbreaking.
Thank you.
How did you tap into that kind of emotion in that scene? Like, did you?
Well, like, Andrew had told me ahead of time, weeks ahead of time, that this was going to happen. And I kind of had a weird reaction. I was like, awesome. I'm so excited to die on camera. This is something I always wanted to do, which is kind of weird. But when it happened, I went through the script, and, you kind of have to take a look at the reality of the scene, right? So considering the circumstances, Reverse Flash is a real threat, And I think from the moment that he steps into the room and reveals himself, and through his sort of body language slinks around him, Cisco becomes aware of the reality and is overwhelmed with this traumatic experience, and in so doing, I think he breaks down, and he has to come to terms with the fact that not only has he been betrayed by this parental figure in his life, but he's also about to die at the hands of him. His destiny is to die at the hands of his father. And it's incredibly emotionally overwhelming, and it's tough to find that when you've never been in this sort of situation where someone has a gun to your head, so to speak. So I kind of have to just channel the notion of everything I love being taken away from me.
Between Cisco and Harrison coming up, anything that you can talk about?
Yeah, well, I thought it was brilliant what they did in terms of the writing for 16 to use some of the elements in that dialogue and completely turn them around in a different context for a different, aim. So you can definitely expect a lot of that father-son relationship to be played with and to be tested. There's definitely going to be a lot of that going on. I mean, a lot of sneaking around. You know what I mean?
The upcoming episodes is your favorite?
Ooh, I love 20. I really like 20 for reasons that I can't say. The only thing I'm going to say is we may or may not revisit the timeline that we lost.
Ooh. Well, after doing those traumatic scenes,
I'm giving you info here. I'm awesome.
After doing those traumatic scenes with Tom Cavanagh, did you kind of have a weird vibe working around him after that? You're like, dude, you were so creepy.
Actually, no, it was the complete opposite. Because right when we got down to it and we started blocking it and rehearsing it and shooting it, he's so generous. Tom, as an actor, is so generous, and he's always makes sure that he's there for you as an actor, and that he gives you as much as he can as that character. So even though there was a very definitive, frightening dynamic between us in the scene, ultimately, when we let that scene drop, when they yell cut, I could always find refuge in him as a coworker, and just be able to talk it out and stuff like that. So in fact, it was the opposite. I felt like I was very secure.
That father-son relationship between your character and Harrison Wells.
Yes.
Is that one reason why you think Cisco stayed with him after everybody else left Star Labs?
Most definitely. On top of there being, sort of love there between the two and an understanding in terms of their shared passions for engineering and technology. I think that Cisco saw that Harrison gave him a chance. You know what I mean? Gave him a chance to pursue his dreams and his ambition, and to find a home for an outlet for his passions. And I think Cisco maybe didn't have too many outlets for that, didn't have too many opportunities for that. So Harrison was able to see his potential and pursue that.